Buffett doesn't like it, and that's the headline. But you got to tell the whole story, because Buffett has been more wrong on this stock than almost any other stock he's been pretty much in the past, I would say, at least 15 years. I love him. I think he's the greatest investor ever. But right now, with this investment, I have no idea why you wouldn't like this. Kraft Heinz came out and said, look, this is what we're going to do, guys. We are going to split our stock. Let's split our stock. We're going to split our company, right? Spin off this division, split off to 2 different divisions. And they announced this, was it yesterday, day before, and the stock got hammered on the news. So it had a new 52-week low, it was around 25 on this news, as Buffett, who owns a stock, said he's not happy with this decision. Daniel, your thoughts on Kraft Heinz, and could we be buying the stock here?
I don't enjoy this section or sector, so I'm not going to make an opinion on buying the stock here right now. I would have to look into it. But I think the great lesson here is, and we've talked about this, because you want to look for like acquisitions or sectors that are going to go on an acquisition spree, and you can look at tech and roll-ups and stuff like that. Frank's talked about how Oracle is such a great one about that. I'm looking at that in the terms of different services, in the HVAC system, in different areas like that. But the point here is, you can't just follow anybody into an idea. Buffett's the greatest investor of his generation by far, one of the greatest ever. I'm not taking anything away. I'm a huge fan. But this has been a colossal, horrible idea on just merging doesn't fix your problems. You can't just cut away synergies and expect for a strong performance. Now, again, they're up against some major headwinds in the consumer staples, the consumer space, the snacks and all that kind of stuff. Consumer habits change, generational health concerns and all that. Frank, this happened 10 years ago. Finance, I guess the way I would dumb it down, it's ironic because I don't think this deal, I don't want to say that, the deal got done because of Buffett and 3G Partners. They basically financed this merger. Then he steps down. They don't even have voting rights, from my understanding, because the board of directors did the tax-free spinoff. So he can't even stop it, even owning over 20% of the stock, which is huge. It's been a not only dead money, but loss for a decade when they did this merger. And I was reading anywhere from 40 to 60% price depreciation. Stock is collapsing. Buffett and them took $3+ billion write-down. That is softened, though, by dividends over that time. So I'm not trying to throw mud on him or kick him while he's down. I'm just saying, you don't just merge your way to prosperity. You can't just cut cost in a tough consumer changing. So I would just be leery of that. Knee-jerk reaction, absolutely not. I wouldn't jump into this, but that's probably a good reason too.
I mean, you can merge your way into prosperity. It's
well, I guess you can. Not in every.
I mean, with
right.
Oracle and
Oracle
you look at AutoZone and stuff like that. I will say this. My first reaction to this was, hey, it's probably not a good idea, or maybe not a good idea, but it's probably a good idea to talk to your biggest investor, who happens to be the greatest investor the world has ever seen in 50 years, who owns 27% of your company. It's Warren Buffett, before making a decision like this. Like, that's the first reaction, and I get it. Then again, and this is what you're not hearing in the news, this stock is like at $25, $26. It's trading at its 2020 COVID lows. This company and stock has been the biggest piece of shit. I mean, I didn't realize how horrible it was. I mean, since 2020, the stock is down 5%, and I have a chart here. The stock's down 5%, and the S&P 500 is up 117%. And I'm taking 2020 January, right? Even take the lows, it's worse than that. But when you look back and you look at a chart of this stock, Daniel, I mean, I went back pretty freaking far on this too, because I couldn't go back any further. But this is in him since 2012. You haven't seen the stock really at these. It was at 24 in 2019. It's at 25, 26 right now.
Yeah, but what's the dividend pay, Frank?
You go, okay, so here's the deal, right? So this is stock. So basically, you're looking at not even a lost decade, almost like a lost 2 decades. Ooh. This stock was at $90 in 2017, right? So I'll say that it's at $90 2017. But as it went to 90, you could have took your profits or whatever. But I mean, really, it's been, at the levels that you're at right now is pretty insane. So you have to shake something up. You have to do something different, because whatever you're doing hasn't worked since 2020. Every single company's stock price is higher since 2020, except for these guys. I mean, you don't see too many stocks like that, especially on the large cap companies in the S&P 500. I mean, how many stocks are you going to see at much lower levels than that went out of business? Now, with that said, if I was part of this company, here's what I would do. They have a 6% yield right now. I would cut that dividend to 3% right now. Cut it to 3%, that stock's going to fall probably to 23, 22, and I would probably put $250,000 into this stock and hold it for 3 years. And I think that could easily double, if not triple from those levels. This would be a $60 stock. And I'll tell you why. Because if they do this, it's probably going to be really good for the company, and you got to shake things up. I don't care. If Buffett doesn't like it, what the hell is he like? This stock is a piece of garbage for freaking 20 years, especially since 2020. It's been done nothing. right? So what's the point? Well, you got to do something, shake something up, try to extract value that you're not seeing from this, right? Whatever it is. But you're looking at the stats here. This company's doing $25 billion in sales and has a $30 billion market cap. Are you kidding me? It's trading at 10 times forward earnings. And that 6% yield, you cut it to 3%, it's still going to be able to be in funds at 3%. It's going to be one of the highest yielding consumer stocks at 3%, right? But at 6% dividend yield, do you need that much? Because people aren't even buying it. Again, that yield goes higher. It's a percentage of your stock. Your stock goes lower, that yield's going to go higher, right? Because it's the amount of money that you're paying to it, right? It's based on the price of your stock. But man, if they cut that dividend 3%, you're going to see the stock get hit. I would be buying the crap out of this name right now because it is a consumer staple. And when consumer staples is cyclical, right now, you see a lot of these companies do shit. And when they do shit for a long time, they're usually good buying opportunities. I mean, you could say not just consumer staples. You can look at IBM, how terrible IBM, or Microsoft, how terrible Microsoft was for 10, 12 years. I mean, these stocks eventually figure it out. These companies figure it out. They're trying to figure it out. So while Buffett doesn't like this, I like to know what Buffett likes because I love him. I think he's the greatest investor ever. But right now, with this investment, I have no idea why you wouldn't like this because the status quo and what the company's doing is clearly not working. Why not do something else? If it's not this, what is it? What's the plan to come up with it? I mean, you own a huge portion of this stock that's done nothing. So, we're not hearing that. We're just hearing, oh, well, Buffett's pissed, so the stock's getting killed. He doesn't agree with this. Well, for me, when I look at investments, Daniel, I look at the people and their track record and the track record within a particular stock. I think Apple, we own. Chipotle, great. We've done a great job at Chipotle. There's other stocks that I've done shit with that I stay away from, like GE. I stay away from that. This is a stock that I wouldn't be listening to Buffett on because it owns him. It's like if you're at a poker table, I don't care if that guy's an amateur or if he's freaking great. If that guy keeps beating me, I don't, with my ego, I'm not like, oh, I'm going to beat him. I'm going to kill him. I kind of stay away and say, okay, I can't read this guy. Let me wait a little while. This stock owns Buffett. Buffett doesn't own this stock in that way, right? And it's kicking his ass and he's making decisions, which I don't think he has the right to do considering you've been in this stock so long and it hasn't done anything. Why would I listen to Buffett on this particular stock? I feel like I'm listening to an economist talk about the stock market, what has nothing to do with him. I feel like I'm listening to Michael Jordan talk, with baseball when he's the greatest basketball player ever, right? So I just feel like you're out of your zone right here because you haven't done well. And I understand you say, well, Buffett doesn't like it, and that's the headline. But you got to tell the whole story because Buffett has been more wrong on this stock than almost any other stock he's been pretty much in the past, I would say at least 15 years that I could trace back to right now, probably even longer. So they have to do something, and maybe this is it. But Buffett being pissed or whatever, I don't know why he's pissed. They have to do something. I mean, they've been such a shitty company for such a long time. I didn't realize the performance was that bad in the stock. I really had no idea.
Yeah, it probably won't be very beneficial to him. We'll see what happens.